Hello PTE students, this is Nuzhat, and in today's video we are going to be discussing the repeat sentence topic from the speaking section of the PTE. Now this is a pretty important topic, so it's really crucial that you understand how to tackle this topic because it contributes to 41% of your speaking scores and 24% of your listening scores. So let's talk a little bit about it. What can you expect from repeat sentence? Under this topic, what you're going to expect is basically they will give you a very short audio of only one sentence. And your task is simply to listen to that audio carefully and repeat that same exact sentence. That's all. That is what your answer is going to be. You should record yourself repeating that same exact sentence. That's it. It's pretty straightforward. So let's discuss a little bit about the important strategies and facts that you need to know about this topic in order to get the maximum points possible. Let's start off by discussing some important facts about the repeat sentence topic. So the first fact is that the repeat sentence topic is going to be the second topic on the PTE. It comes right after the read aloud topic. And it's a pretty important topic, which is why you can expect about 10 to 12 questions under this topic. Since it carries a lot of marks, it also has a lot of questions under this topic, which is also what makes it very, very important. Now, one unique thing about the repeat sentence topic is that unlike the other speaking topics, there is no beep sound here that will tell you that you need to start speaking and recording your answer. All right. Once you hear the very short question audio, you will see that there is a countdown right below it. It will say beginning in 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and so on. When it reaches 0, that countdown, it will change to the word recording. And the recorder's status bar will start filling up. All right, that means that you now need to start speaking. Please don't wait around for any beep sound. There is going to be no beep sound in the repeat sentence topic. So it's very important that you start speaking as soon as the audio question is over and the recorder has opened for you to start recording your answer. For this topic, try to speak as many words as possible, clearly and without hesitation. This is very important. Whatever you are saying in these speaking topics, including repeat sentence, it's important that you say it clearly, and of course you need to be very clearly audible, all right? Don't leave out certain parts of the word or say it in a way where it's not clearly audible. And also, please don't hesitate when you are attempting the repeat sentence questions as well, because there's going to be only one sentence. There's no need for you to catch your breath in between or anything like that. So please try to say the entire sentence in one go without any hesitation and without any pauses in between. Now let's talk about the marking criteria of the repeat sentence topic. So each question is going to consist of 3 points. And you can expect a full 3 out of 3 for a particular question if you are able to repeat the entire sentence. So that's 100% of the words, and you are also able to maintain the correct sequence of the words. Then you'll get a perfect score of 3 out of 3. Next, if you are able to repeat at least 50% of the sentence and also maintain the correct sequence of the words, then you can expect a 2 out of 3 for that attempt, which is a pretty good deal because you are saying 50% of the sentence, but you are receiving more than 50% of the points. And this particular fact is what our main strategy is based on. So this is a very important fact that I want you to remember for later when we discuss the strategies for this topic. All right. Now next, if you are able to say less than 50% of the sentence while still maintaining the correct sequence of words, you can expect a 1 out of 3. And if you have not attempted the question at all, if you are unable to say anything from the sentence, then you can expect a 0 out of 3. And usually this happens when people forget that there is no beep sound in repeat sentence. They keep waiting around for that beep sound, but it never comes, and the recorder closes and a completely blank audio is submitted. So in that case, since there is no audio recording, that person will receive a 0 out of 3. Now let's talk about the important strategies that we are going to be using in order to answer our repeat sentence questions. Now in the repeat sentence topic, the questions or the sentences that you receive can vary in length. Some of them are going to be short sentences, some medium sentences, and some long sentences. So let's start by talking about the long sentences. If you get a long sentence, which is basically sentences that have 12 or more words in them, how should you attempt that particular question? Now, long sentences, people usually have trouble remembering this long sentence. It's a very short audio, around 4 to 5 seconds, and you need to start recording your answer as soon as the audio question ends. It's very difficult to say the entire sentence properly. However, the good news is you don't have to repeat the entire sentence when it comes to long sentences. Repeating only half of the sentence is really good enough. So about the first 7 to 9 words, if you are able to say properly and clearly while maintaining the correct sequence, then you can expect at least a 2 out of 3 in your question here, which is a really good score, and it will help you get a really good score overall in the repeat sentence topic as well. Compared to that, if you try to say the entire long sentence and you forget some words in between, you hesitate a lot, you're not sure what's happening, you lose your confidence in between, that will result in a much lower score, which is why it's ideal that you try to speak half of the sentence when it comes to long sentences. Please don't try to aim to say more than that, because it really unnecessarily complicates the task, and we are going to try to avoid doing that. The next is short and medium sentences. So sentences that have less than 12 words in them. The strategy is pretty straightforward. In case of short and medium sentences, definitely try to say the entire sentence. Try to repeat 100% of the words in that sentence in order to get a really good score, because we're going to try to grab the maximum points that we can in these short and medium questions, because it's a lot easier to answer, a lot easier to tackle. Continuing with our strategy discussions, now let's talk about the speed in which you attempt the repeat sentence questions. Alright, so we're gonna have to try to sound as natural as we can, which means that we cannot speak too fast, and also we cannot speak way too slow either. Okay, if you speak too fast, a lot of the time, a lot of the words that you're saying, it's not very clearly audible. The software may not be able to detect exactly what word you're trying to say, and we're gonna try to avoid saying it too slow either. Alright, try to sound as natural as possible and speak in a normal speed, and try to sound as clear as possible. Okay, so just try to make sure whatever words that you are saying, they're very clearly audible, so that the software is able to understand the words that you are saying. Right, that's the first strategy when it comes to speed. Next is try to maintain the sequence of the words if possible. Okay, when you are listening to the audio, try to remember the sequence of the words properly. Try to repeat it in that exact same sequence. Next is, let's say you listen to the audio, the sentence, but in between you have maybe forgotten a particular word. Maybe you remember the meaning of the sentence, but in between you have forgotten a particular word, you don't remember what it is. So instead of sitting there and thinking for a long time, okay, what is the word, not speaking at all when the recorder has already started recording, in that case, instead of waiting around for a long time, just replace that word with a different word that has a similar meaning. Alright, so for example, here in this slide we have an example. An essay should use both primary and secondary sources. Let's say you don't remember the words should use, but you remember the meaning of the sentence. So don't wait around to see that, oh, what is the word that I'm forgetting, I'm not really sure. Just replace it. Instead, you can say an essay requires both primary and secondary sources. So should use and requires, they both mean the same thing. So instead, you can just do that. Okay, don't wait around for a long time. No need to panic either. This is a very quick fix in case you forget a particular word in between. All right. The next and the very last strategy that we're going to discuss, this should make things a lot easier for you as well. Okay, so here, if you are not really satisfied with your first response, when you have said the sentence and you feel like maybe you have forgotten a lot of words in between, and if you can just attempt it one more time, you'll be able to do a lot better. In that case, it is perfectly fine if you just repeat your answer. Okay, this will not affect your scores in any ways. If you feel like you're not satisfied, you're not confident with your first response, and the recorder is still recording, you still have time left. In that case, just repeat your answer in a better way, and you'll get your desired scores.
Okay, now let's begin the practice round for repeat sentence. We'll practice a few questions, and I want you to notice how I'm speaking when I am attempting these questions, okay? So fluency needs to be maintained, your pronunciation should be clear enough, and of course, we're going to try to match our answer exactly with the question audio, okay? So let's begin. This is the very first one. Okay, let's hear the audio.
Utilize online materials before attending the upcoming lecture sessions.
Utilize online materials before attending the upcoming lecture session. Okay. Utilize online materials before attending the upcoming lecture session. Here you can see I've received an 88. All of the words were clear enough, and there was really no hesitation or anything like that. So just like that, if you can speak calmly and naturally, match all the words with the audio question. If you can just do that, surely you will get a really good score in the repeat sentence questions. Okay, so let's practice one more. Okay, let's hear the question audio.
The bus by the building goes directly to the central bus station.
The bus by the building goes directly to the central bus station. The bus by the building goes directly to the central bus station. Here you go. Once again, here is an analysis of our answers. All of the pronunciation and the words have matched exactly with the audio, and therefore I've received a 90 out of 90. So if you can speak exactly like this, you should also be able to get a really good score. Now let's move on to the next practice question. Let's hear the audio.
Firms are obligated to provide details about their industrial processes.
Firms are obligated to provide details about their industrial processes. Okay, let's submit. Firms are obligated to provide details about their industrial processes. So once again here, all of the pronunciation is correct. All the words are matching with the audio question. That's why I've received an 89 out of 90 here, you can see. All right. Let's do another one now. Okay, we'll listen to the audio, same as before, and try to match all of the words.
After considering all the options, she decided to take risks.
After considering all the options, she decided to take risks. Okay, let's submit this. After considering all the options, she decided to take risks. Once again, here you have an analysis of whether the software was able to properly catch the words that you're saying or not. Okay, so this is an analysis of your pronunciation. Once again, I've received an 88 out of 90 here, so the answer is pretty much perfect. Okay, let's practice one more. This is the last one. This is the last one for this topic. Okay, so once again, just try to notice how I'm speaking very naturally, very calmly, and clearly. Okay, so that's the main thing. The software needs to be able to identify the words that you are saying because it needs to match with the audio question that has been given to you, right? So in order to do that, you'll have to speak calmly. Okay, now let's hear the audio.
Course office will post exam scores during the following week.
Course office will post exam scores during the following week. Okay, let's submit. Course office will post exam scores during the following week. Yeah. Once again, 88 out of 90, nearly a perfect score. So repeat sentence, as you can see, is pretty straightforward. There's really not much to it. There's no really complicated strategies or anything that you need to remember. Just remember that you need to match your words with the audio question that has been given to you. Try to attempt at least 50% of the sentence if you receive a long sentence, and of course 100% if it's short or medium sentence, okay? So just like that, if you can speak clearly and calmly, you should be able to get a really good score.